The majority of them are here in Belfast, but there are some other places. For example, Derry, Londonderry. If you're wondering, by the way, why it's called Derry, Londonderry, they love the city so much, they named it twice. Now, people come from all over the world to sign the wall. For this reason, this is known as Belfast's biggest outdoor art gallery and visitor book. Once a year it's wiped clean, and they start from scratch. Famous people to have signed include the Dalai Lama and Bill Clinton, the former President of America. And contrary to popular belief, Bill Clinton not right on the wall. I did not have sex with that woman. He actually wrote strength and wisdom are not opposing values. Dalai Lama here, open your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. Built into the wall, you'll see little doorways, which are kept locked, but they can be opened in times of tension. Now, the government has announced that they hope the walls will be down by 2023, with the consent, of course, of those living on either side. At the end of the street, look to the left. You'll see another set of peace gates. Only these are operated by remote control directly from the police station. If the police want to close the gates, they just press the button in the police station. To the left then. Now the next stop is stop number 17, the Spectrum Centre on the Shankill Road, and this is a Loyalist and Unionist Cultural Centre. If there's anyone for number 17, please ring the bell. Now the majority of people on the Shankill will be Ulster Scots, sometimes called Scots Irish in America. So to welcome the Shankill in Ulster Scots, I would say Farfaya, which means welcome. Because the people are Ulster Scots, you'll also see the Scottish flag, the blue and white cross of St Andrew. You'll see the church is called a kirk, and you'll see the Rangers football team in Scotland supporters club. If you support them, pop in for a drink. If you support Celtic, stay in your seat. Okay, somebody rang the bell for number 17. We'll stop for you in just a moment. Just remember, this is the last bus of the day. No more buses coming along to pick you up. Now the first mural will be on the right hand side. It's of an orange marching band. The bunting you can see, the flags you can see, these go up every year at Easter. They come down at the end of September at the end of the orange marching season. There are more than 600 orange marching bands here. Because there are so many, there's a government department to look after them called the Parades Commission. During the season, the bands march 2 or 3 nights a week, every single weekend. Today, 268 marching bands are marching today, right across the province. Now the marching band mural will be on the right. It's the White Rock Big Band, and I painted this one because it wins a lot of awards and orange marching band circles. At the front you see a big drum. It's called a lambeg drum, very heavy to carry, very big. Played with special sticks made from Malacca cane, very similar to bamboo cane, but much more durable. The word Shankill comes from an Old Irish word which means old church. The word falls comes from an Old Irish word which means hedges or enclosures. Okay, stop number 17. Shankill Road. So the next one on the right then, the UVF, the Ulster Volunteer Force. A loyalist paramilitary group. That's become to the IRA, but on the other side of the divide. It's against the law to be a member and to be a girl. And the next mural coming up will be on the left. There's 2 of them. The one in front of you is again the UVF, Ulster Volunteer Force. And the one behind you on the left will be the Shankill Protestant Boys Flute Band, Orange Marching Band.
What is Orange Marching Band?
So to the left here, ahead of you. And look behind you now, to the left. On the right hand side, the blue circle is the Vanguard Loyalist paramilitary group. On the left hand side, the red cross on the wall. This marks the site of the Shankill bombing in 1993, when 10 people were killed, including the bomber. On the right, the Shankill Memorial Park. This is to the fall of the two world wars. The next mural on the right is the Ulster Tower, and that's dedicated to soldiers from the 36th Ulster Division who were killed during the First World War at the Battle of the Somme, July of 1916. Now look to the left here, where the Union flag is on the wall. Behind you, a huge digital mural dedicated to the Great War, the First World War. On the left, the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. On the right, the Ulster League Covenant, often referred to as the birth certificate of Northern Ireland. This is stop 18. If anybody wants off, ring the bell. Look to the right, these flagpoles. That used to be the Bayardo pub. It was bombed during the conflict. The people that you can see were killed. Look to the right, 5 murals of 5 bombings. Along the middle shows your rescue worker carrying the bodies, 2 dead babies killed in a bomb. Bombings and atrocities were carried out by paramilitaries on both sides. Innocent people on both sides were killed and wounded at the hands of each other, and both sides suffered equally in the conflict. We never point a finger of blame at anyone's side, any one person, any one organisation. To do so could destabilise the peace process. Now the next stop is stop number 19 at Crumlin Road Jail. If anyone wants off here, please ring the bell. It's too late today for the guided tour. Tomorrow the tours go on the hour, on the half hour, and the last tour is 4:30. If you haven't yet bought your ticket, I've got discount vouchers. Ask me for them as you're leaving the bus. Now the jail was designed by Sir Charles, who designed Queen's University, and he based the design on Pentonville Prison in London. A couple of years ago, the Queen came here. She did a tour of the jail, and she was shown around the jail by 2 former prisoners, current Deputy First Minister Martin McGuinness and the former previous
Where is the jail?
First Minister Peter Robinson. During the conflict, one wing of the jail was for Republican paramilitaries, like the IRA, Irish Republican Army. Another wing was for Loyalist paramilitaries, like the UVF, Ulster Volunteer Force. Another wing was for the ODCs, as ordinary, decent criminals to you and me. You'll see the jail on the left, and then directly opposite on the right, you'll see the old Crumlin Road Courthouse, no longer used, but during the conflict, this is where the majority of the trials took place. And if you were up before the court, you were found guilty, and you were sent down. You went down the side of the dock, rode a tunnel, came up the other side, inside the jail. If you do the guided tour of the jail, the tunnel under the road is part of the tour. So jail to the left, courthouse to the right. As you can see, the courthouse, derelict, no longer used, also designed by Sir Charles Lanyon, said to be the single biggest name in the development of Victorian Belfast. Now happily, the Belfast of today, the Northern Ireland of today, bears absolutely no resemblance whatsoever to the Belfast that I grew up in, or went to college in fact in the 1970s. Unless you've actually lived through the conflict, very difficult to explain to someone who hasn't just how frightening, how violent, how awful it was here for most of the ordinary people most of the time. Today, happily, that is no longer the case. And today, Belfast is an exciting, dynamic and vibrant place to live, to work, to study or to visit. It's a modern European capital city. It's the same here as it is anywhere else. In fact, the only shooting that takes place here these days is in the film studio in the Titanic Quarter. Now look to the right and upwards. The statue, this is William of Orange, after whom the Orange marching bands are named. And the fact that the statue of William Orange has now turned green causes a lot of amusement to the locals. The next stop is stop number 20. St. Patrick's Catholic Church, St. Anne's Church of Anne Cathedral. Anyone for number 20, please ring the bell. The church with the scaffolding is St. Patrick's Catholic Church, 200 years old, getting a facelift at the moment. In the distance, the big spire that you can see, this is called the Spire of Hope. This is erected in 2007 on St. Anne's Cathedral. Locals have nicknamed this the needle in the cathedral or the rod to God. Now look out the front window. This is the dome of the Victoria Square Shopping Centre. Up at the top, there's a viewing platform. It's free to go up, and there's panoramic views right across the city. Now last summer, for the first time ever, it had to be closed. We had a heat wave here. People were fainting, they were collapsing because of the heat. It was 23 degrees. Today, still very warm, 18 degrees. 68 Fahrenheit, if you're still working old money. So folks, we'll be back at the bus stop in about 5 minutes time. This brings our tour to an end, and this is where everyone will get off for today. The first tour tomorrow, leaves stop number 1 at 10 o'clock. Last tour, leaves stop number 1 at 4:30. Your ticket is valid for 2 days, and you can use it as many times as you wish. This is the red hop on, hop off tour you've done now. We're also entitled to do the green Castles tour, which leaves every day at 2 o'clock. And there's the Belfast Castle, Fergus Castle, gets back at 4:15. So on behalf of Belfast City Site, thank you very much indeed for your custom and your company. It's been a pleasure and a privilege having you on board this afternoon. If you're from overseas, bon voyage. If you head off home, we'll come back and see it sometime soon. If you're from the cruise ship, bon voyage to you too as you head off to your next port of call. And if you're local, then hopefully you've learned 1 or 2 new things today about your capital city that perhaps didn't know before. I do hope you've enjoyed the tour, hope you've enjoyed listening to what I've had to tell you, hope you find it interesting, informative, possibly amusing. If you have, perhaps you could do something for me. Go online to TripAdvisor, the travel website, and leave your comments. My name's Lisa, I'm your guide, and Brendan's the driver. If you want to get me brownie points with my boss, mention me by name, Lisa and Brendan. If you didn't enjoy the tour, my name's Jennifer. Also, if you have enjoyed the tour, if you'd like to show your appreciation, we do have a wee box for tips beside the driver.